How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much to everyone who turned out to my stream today. I really appreciate it. I know I was having a lot of internet problems with the internet crashing. It seems, after midnight, my internet upload actually fixed. It's now back to normal. It must have been a problem with Sky in the area. I do apologize for that, but I do appreciate the ones that did stick around. Thank you so much. But in this video, we're going to be looking at something a little different. We discussed it during the stream, and I think a lot of people actually took what I was saying the wrong way. So in this video, I hope to maybe clarify what I meant better and, address the points that were being made. Because a lot of people think that I actually do believe that this is a bad thing that Xbox has done. Now, I do not believe that at all. I actually think this is logical. I'm surprised they didn't do this earlier. I'm surprised that they didn't, they haven't actually pushed cloud gaming out to more TVs, like LG, for example. It's still not available there, and it bewilders me to this day why they do those exclusivity deals with manufacturers for TVs and stuff like this. But the problem here isn't the fact that Amazon is getting xCloud on their Fire Sticks or their Fire TVs. Keep in mind it is for the 4K Fire Sticks and not the standard ones. Now, before I continue, if you enjoy this content, do consider hitting that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. Don't forget that I will be streaming Dawn Trail tomorrow, all the way through the campaign. So if you are interested, I will be doing that over at Twitch. So links in the description below. Feel free to check that out. If you want to support me further, you can do that through my super chat, through the super thanks. If you want to support me further, you can do that through my YouTube membership, super thanks, and of course my Patreon. Right, now back onto the video. As I was saying, I've got no problem with Amazon getting xCloud. That wasn't it. Of course, people are going to raise the point that Phil Spencer said, hey, look, our main competition is Google and Amazon, not Sony. So putting your content on a rival's platform, I guess, can be seen as two ways. One, it's going to raise an eyebrow. Why are you kind of promoting your rival's platform? Or at the second, the alternative way of looking at it is my rival has bent the knee. Amazon has bent the knee and now is accepting my service on their platform where they're going to give me money. Obviously, Amazon is going to get a share of that subscription if the subscription is sold. I mean, will it get a fair share of that subscription? I suspect it will. But either way, that's two ways of looking at it. So either way, whichever way you look at it, it doesn't matter. What matters is more people are going to be able to play cloud gaming around the world, and this is a good thing. Now, what my issue with all of this isn't the whole cloud gaming being available to everyone like everyone thinks it is. No. My issue with this is the wording. That wording could have been redescribed in any way, shape, or form without completely devaluing the console. When they turn around and say no console, no problem, to me that devalues the console. That's it. That's my issue with this. And as you can see here, terrible ad. That's why developers and publishers are skipping the console. If the console manufacturer itself isn't supporting its own device, then who? That's the perception it's giving, right? Now, this could have been worded in many different ways to actually suit, the situation. They could have said Xbox is expanding their cloud reach by partnering with Amazon, bringing xCloud, their cloud gaming infrastructure, to 4K Fire Sticks and select Fire TVs. This way, more people get to experience more games via Xbox xCloud. Anything would have done, and that doesn't devalue the console. What it's doing there is saying, hey, we've got a console experience that you can play, but for those of you that don't want to have that console experience but want a cloud experience, we got you covered. We are, expanding our reach. We are providing more services, more, options for you to play Xbox, because what we want is for you to play Xbox. But by doing this, the way the ad is actually kind of put out, no console, no problem, you are devaluing the console. That is my point. That's what I was trying to get through, today on the stream. And I think if we look down here, going into this, there was a few other discussions like here. You keep saying the same thing every day on your profile about people be able to play the games no matter platform. What happened? I said terrible ad, not terrible initiative. What's wrong with promoting the initiative if you support it so much? They could say Xbox expands its reach to more custom consumers by partnering with Amazon with their Fire Sticks and select Fire TVs to bring cloud gaming to even more people. This does not devalue the console. What they did does devalue. And as you can see here from the argumentative and kind of trolly bit that he was going on, he actually saw this and said, you know what, that's fair. I can agree with that. Now, if we go to my, over here, I actually said, make all purchase at games cloud enabled, and this will change the dynamic of this messaging entirely, because it will. Can you imagine if every single Xbox game you purchase on the Xbox instantly becomes cloud enabled, whether it's Dragon's Dogma 2, Resident Evil 9, anything that you buy, Monster Hunter Wilds, whatever. Any game that you buy on Xbox instantly becomes cloud enabled. Do you know what this actually means? This means that as a third-party publisher, you never want to skip Xbox. You never want your game not on Xbox, because your reach now overnight by enabling this one feature makes it stupendously massive. Right? It means you could hundreds of millions of people now can play any Xbox game on the cloud. It gives publishers a huge market. Because even if they don't have an Xbox, like some countries can't afford to buy an Xbox, or it's just not available in their region, but xCloud is available in their region, they now have the opportunity to sell their games to those people. They can buy their game and play it through xCloud. It provides them an even bigger reach as a third-party studio. This is the sort of thing that they need. This is the sort of inspiration, creative thinking, revolutionary thinking, ideas that they need to be implementing to be able to actually make this, this sort of ad work. But by turning around and saying, no console, no problem, you're basically saying you don't need to have a console to play Xbox games. But the bottom line is that doesn't apply to everything. So you're devaluing the console, and by devaluing the console, you're basically sending out the wrong message to third-party studios, to third-party publishers, because as far as they're concerned, the primary product is the console. So that's where I have a problem with this. I don't care if xCloud is on Amazon, or it's on Google, or it's on any other platform. I just don't care, because it's a cloud-based infrastructure. The more people that get to enjoy games, the better, especially when it's on the cloud. You've got GeForce Now out there, you've got Boosteroid out there. All of these are services that basically provide very similar, if not the same service, with the amount of games. In fact, and they obviously offer diverse games, not just on Xbox, whereas Xbox is generally catered around the games on their ecosystem. But the moment you start talking about no console, no problem, that becomes a problem, because Dragon's Dogma 2, as an example, is not available on xCloud. It's an Xbox released game, it's a retail game, but when you buy it, you can't play that on the cloud. So whether the game is, whether you've got cloud on Amazon Fire Stick, or you've got it on the Steam Deck, or you've got it on your PC, on your Chromebook, or anywhere, it doesn't matter. You do not have access to that game on the cloud. So if you want to play that game, you do need a console, or you need a platform that has that game available on it, not the cloud. And this is this is where it becomes muddy. Now, obviously, some of you are going to say, well, that's just semantics chaos, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, optics is everything. Now, the game's going to cloud, it's clearly fine. I've not had a problem with this. I tried to express this multiple times during the stream. No problem whatsoever. My issue is the wording. It's a very bad ad. This is a very, very bad ad. When they say no console, no problem, they are devaluing the console. There are multiple ways, like I said, that they can, talk about this, get through this, and simply saying Xbox expands its reach to more consumers by partnering with Amazon with their Fire Sticks and select Fire TVs to bring cloud gaming to even more people. What is wrong with that statement? It's a beautiful statement, and it doesn't devalue the console. And it basically says we as Microsoft are bringing, and we as Xbox are bringing gaming to more people by expanding our reach through cloud gaming. But we are also going to respect the console. It just blows my mind that they would actually go out their way and decide that they're going to come up with this sort of, marketing wording, and it just doesn't work, at least in my eyes. But I think, the whole concept, I've seen loads of PlayStation fans saying, oh, Xbox is dead, now that Amazon is, their cloud services on Amazon Fire TV and sticks. They're stupid. They're idiots, right? It makes no sense. But if they did what I said, and it's this one over here, make all purchase games cloud enabled, and this will change the dynamic of this message entirely, it will. Because at that point, even countries that don't have an Xbox, where xCloud is available, they can go to the Microsoft Store and buy the game, and it will be instantly enabled on their cloud device. So, for example, now using the Dragon's Dogma example, instead of it having access to 30 million Xboxes, it now has access to almost 300, 400, 500, maybe even 1 billion devices that can play it just on Xbox ecosystem, right? Maybe not a billion, but you're getting the point I'm making. The Amazon Fire Sticks on its own is like 230 million devices out there, 200 million. You instantly gain 200 million people that can potentially purchase your game. Tell me a single third-party developer out there that will see that as a bad thing. Tell me a single third-party studio or a publisher that will see this as a bad thing. The PlayStation fans will have you believe that this is a bad thing, because they clearly know that if this was implemented, this would change everything. And this is what Microsoft needs to do. They need to be talking to these third-party studios, and they need to they need to start coming to an agreement where those games, once you purchase them on an Xbox console, they will be available on the cloud. And you know what? This will change things even more, because if the next console is going to be a hybrid of sorts, I mean, if it has Steam, it's essentially going to be a PC anyway. But if they want to keep the Xbox ecosystem running, right, the Xbox Store and everything, this will be a wonderful incentive for people to purchase the games on Xbox instead of Steam. Because not only will you get it on Xbox, but you're going to be able to play anywhere on any device that is cloud enabled that has Game Pass. All you need is a browser for the most part, but a native app obviously is going to run better. That's how important the wording is. Using my idea here makes that, ad beautiful. But without this, and only having select games, the no console, no problem is a very, very bad choice of words. And I agree with that person that we saw that actually said it was bad, Duplicapa. Terrible ad. It is. No console, no problem is a very big... it's bad. But let me reiterate, the whole notion of, cloud going to more devices, I'm surprised it's taken this long. The fact that we don't have it on LG TVs yet, the fact that I'm expecting Bravia TVs to have it at some point. I'm surprised that not all TVs have it yet. It doesn't make sense. If you've put it on one, everything should have it, because you're broadening your reach. Once it's gone to one platform, why not the rest of the TVs? But my issue was the wording. That's it. But if they change the way the games work, and if you buy a game, it instantly becomes cloud enabled, which is what I'm hearing that they want to do, especially with games like the ABK games, especially like Call of Duty, that will be insanely good. And if they can get other publishers to agree to that, and other studios to agree to that, and actually get that implemented, oh my God, there is nothing that's going to stop it. Xbox will instantly propel to number one. Instantly, because they're cloud gaming. The amount of reach that any game released on Xbox will have will be minimum 500 million, compared to Sony's 60 million. You see the difference here? As a third-party studio, who will you want to release? What platform would you want to release your games on? 500 million or 60 million? I think that speaks for itself. Microsoft needs to get that enabled. They need to get that working. And that's my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion. And I will see you in the next one. As always, remain legend. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. You can support me further through my YouTube membership and my super thanks at the bottom. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow in the stream over at Twitch. Links in the description below. Remain legend.